Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Andre King coming at you today, and just wanted to quickly spend a few minutes and give you a quick update on kind of what we've been doing throughout the week. To be quite honest, really, as most of you know, just a quick recap. We're enrolled in the SEC560, the Enterprise Pen Testing course with SANS Institute. And so last week, we went ahead and cracked or knocked out that first practice exam. And when I typically do that first one, it's just kind of off the dome. For the multiple choice questions, I try to just spend a few seconds and, if it takes a minute, which typically it doesn't, just to get it out there based on, my first run through the courses and the rush through the first time with the labs. And of course, just to try to see where I stand just with no books, no notes, etc. For the cyber lab, which are more like simlets, if you've ever taken a Cisco test, especially on the networking side, it's kind of very similar to that. You launch a VM, you've got the tools, the desktop, etc. And of course, you've got the questions, commands, interpreter, etc. that you may need to do. Maybe it's, I don't know, something with specifically telling you to use, this exploit or payload x86 or something like that, C sharp or something. And then of course you got your either fill out the word or the numerals or the first hexadecimal, or you might have a list of like 8 or 9 different options. And so we did about a C there. I think we got a 78, 79. So we went ahead and refocused, doubled down on our second attempt, which we went ahead and took yesterday evening. And that's where by that time we try to have our index ready, because typically if I take a second one, it's super close to the exam date. And like I said, typically I don't really like studying the day prior to. So you can see here, we almost got a 90 there. So we pretty much did pretty good at closing the gap on those areas that we needed to work on. And so feel pretty good about going into the exam super early tomorrow morning. I think it's 6:20, 6:40 in the morning. So we'll be prepared. So fingers crossed that we'll do that and keep it moving and pushing there. Back to our self-studies again. We've been well outside of hitting the boxes, probably 3-4 weeks maybe. So that's on me. But we want to try to hit 3, maybe 4 boxes today, 2 to 3 tomorrow. Got to catch up with work as well. But to get to the cadence of maybe doing about 10 boxes minimum a week just to close that gap off of TJ No's boxing. We can see here that we went ahead and I think it took right around an hour and a half to do this Twiggy box here. And from memory, I mean, it was pretty good, pretty cool. Again, we want to get quicker at, recognizing, of course, the Nmaps. We kind of got it tuned down there. While those, typically, they don't take a while. My aim, or where I've kind of changed to, is just quickly hitting the open ports, doing a TCP scan at first. Just dash open. No SV for versioning, service versioning or anything like that. But then we'll tailor it based on the open ports. We'll do the -P and then we'll list those ports with the comma in between. Then we'll do our -SV to get that fingerprinting of the version there. And so in this one, from memory, I think it was port 80, 22, and maybe 8,000, I believe. And so we use ffuff there to, do our subdirectories or to see if we can expose anything there. I think we had a /login. Was it API? No, it wasn't something. But long story short, while that was running, we went ahead and browsed to port 80. We took our notes. We didn't see much there. We hovered over the links to see if there were directory traversal type things. I think we noticed mezzanine and Django framework there. Source code, control U. We didn't see much. So we went ahead and then visited that, :8000 to hit that. We noticed there were like API endpoints there, and within the browser there were some tabs, almost like web developer, that could give you, and something caught our eye there. I forget the syntax exactly, but it was some kind of Xform API something, but whatever that value was from that key pair, we went ahead and Googled that, and there was a vulnerability for that. It was related to like a SaltMaster vulnerability for remote code execution to unauthenticated to like bypass that and to be able to run commands towards the minions. And so we went ahead and cloned that GitHub. We looked at the code a bit written in Python, and the struggle I had with, I used OffSec's browser Kali. That code I think was 2020, and long story short, went ahead and made a virtual environment venv, some dash m, and we got into that. We started pulling down. Well, when we started running it based off the POC, we kept getting like not vuln but this wasn't. It basically, that code had a lot of imported modules, and even YAML wasn't there. I think we had to do PyYAML based on the version of Python that we were doing. So it took a bit to get all of that down. But long story short, when we got it running, it was pretty smooth. It looked just like the POC to where it even exposed the private key from that SaltMaster. But then we could, again, we opened up a rev shell with netcat that I think it was -LNVP. I think we used port, or we started with a random port. We got it, but the firewall was blocking it. So, excuse me, it took a while to see what the default ports were for Salt. Once we found those, we just pivoted, inserted that, and then boom, right there, listener, we were in as root. And then of course I think it's user flag, we just needed one. Basically it was right there. So a lot of learning, a lot of trying to get quicker at it, keeping in our mind there's 24 hours. So some good knowledge or advice that I've seen from others and within Reddit is they always talk about rabbit holes, but I think, I think that mezzanine, that CMS, if I'd have went down that rabbit hole of trying to, I was certain or sure there was, an exploit there. Not saying there wasn't, but basically decide on which one is more appetizing out of those open ports, which one's more appealing. And to be able to Google dork and do, whether it's exploit, POC, etc. And it's kind of a reaffirmation that this might be the one to look for. So again, we had a good time there, like I said, and just trying to continue to hit these boxes, hold myself accountable, and just repetition and get a little bit quicker. So I'm liking the getting back to itness of it. Hopefully tomorrow we put this school course down and just focus even during the week, except for bowling night Tuesday. Maybe we can hit a box a night and just check some boxes off of our list, build our Obsidian notes up, or whatever they call. I call them notes, and just get more ready. 70-ish days away from the exam. So, but again, that's pretty much what we got this week. Just wanted to catch you all up for those out there that's been keeping up with the channel. So if you're out there pushing, grinding towards any of these certifications, definitely drop me a note down below. Let me know how it's going. And we'll get back to networking later in the summer as well. So appreciate all the support and wishing each and every one of you all the best. So until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and peace.